Hello. First of all, Assalamu alaikum. Alaikum salam. Inshallah, me and deeply successful on purpose. To the Christians, God bless you. We are so much closer together than we are apart. To the Jews, mothers. To everyone else. To the Catholics, may God be with you. This isn't something for separation. This is not a race thing, even though it's based upon race. It's just a reality thing. I said I had a set time that I was going to do it, but when God got a fire underneath your behind, it's like a pastor the day before he preaches his greatest sermon. It's like sometimes you can't wait, or you can't depend on paper or ink or any of those things, and you just gotta go. You know what I mean? And this is one of those things that I just had to go. Many people told me I shouldn't do it. Many people told me that after I do it, I would be viewed different. I don't care. I just wish it was somebody like me that I respected, like these young people respect me, that would have told me any of this information. This information is so critical. Oh my God, I am 40 something years old, and this information is critical to me. So I could just imagine if the youth had this information while they were young. If I had this information when I was a teenager, man, I would be dangerous right now at my age. And I would rather you be dangerous with knowledge than be dangerous with a gun. That's your way. And it almost brings me to tears, because I know that my life turning out the way it did was because I didn't have someone to give me this conversation. That's why it's totally black. An affiliate of Jay-Z told me, like, he wears black because he was raised around people and he grew up around times where colors meant stuff, and no one paid attention to the color green. And those who paid attention to the color green was like paying attention to something else, so you just black it out because no one paid attention to the most important color, their own. So that's why he wear black all the time. And in essence of that, even though this is for everyone, it's strictly majority for my people. And I say my people because even though I'm mixed with everything else, everything that I am mixed with, inside the word that I am mixed with says black. Sicilians are black Italians. Dominicans are black Puerto Ricans. Cherokee are black Indians. And I'm not saying I'm any of those things, or I'm all of those things, or I'm none of those things. I'm just saying that all of those things that I have inside of me, still, it must be reminded that even though you are royal and your power is so great, we must stamp and remind you that you are black still. So, I say all that to say that you have to understand that no one sat me down and said, if you would take half of that energy that you put into drugs, if you would take half of that energy that you put into the street, if you would take half of that energy that you use riding for your block, if you take half of that energy and did something regular, you will be unstoppable. I'll give you an example. If I sold pencils for 60 cents and I bought them for $1, I'm hustling. If I bought t-shirts for $2 and sold them for $5, I'm hustling. If I gain the attention of my connect will either stunt my growth or encourage my growth, which in turn will get my connect either the attention to his connect, and eventually I will be messing around with China or some place that's other than where I live, and I can go to the manufacturer himself and get a pencil for a penny and then sell it for 60 cents, which is a 59-cent profit. Cocaine is made from cheap labor. Pencils, sneakers, shoes, jeans are made from cheap labor. The same strategy that you use to sell drugs is the same strategy you can use to build your business. The same strategy you use to run a block is the same strategy you can use to run a company. This is what they're hiding. I'm not even saying that I put half of the energy, because I went all out for the streets. Gave it all when I ain't had nothing left. So I would never disrespect that disrespect that I done to myself by saying I put half. I'm telling you, I put a quarter of the effort that I put into the street, and every single dollar that I have is legal. Let me say that again. As to this date, every single dollar that I have is legal. The only difference is I'm not worrying about the cops running behind me. I ain't petrified. I ain't got a gun on me all the time. I ain't looking behind my back. I ain't stressed the fuck out about money. Because I realized that even the mafia, president, concierge, general, such. Look at the UCF. Look at the United States government. President, vice president. It's all structured the same. It's just that one is legal, one is not. You have to pick a choice. You have to pick a side. And I'm sorry, when in the essence of grinding and hustling, when that essence was prevalent and when that essence was relevant, I would have never told you what I will tell you today. But I'm here to tell you right now. The stock market says that you will be able to buy weed from ShopRite in 3 years. 2 to 3 years. I know a lot of y'all gonna hear that and say, oh my God, this dude is crazy. Do you realize you can go to ShopRite and buy liquor and beer? 2 years ago, you could not do that. Unless you was in the South somewhere or something. But yes. There are people, countless of people who have died in jail for selling liquor. There's people in jail right now for selling weed. And 2 years from now, you will be able to go and ShopRite or whatever supermarket they get the understanding and break down the mathematics and who gets what percentage, and you will be able to get the same variety of weed. So if you think that you're going to be able to compete with ShopRite, you are a fool. And that's just weed. Sooner or later, once taxes and all that stuff become relevant, the game's going to be over. Ladies and gentlemen, it's over. It's over. You could make your own clothes. You could make your own stand. You could take that stand and make it into a store. You could take that store and make it to a brand. You could do all of these things. You just have to put that same effort you did when you woke up and you had a half an ounce of this or a half an ounce of that or a brick of this or a brick of that, and you said, hey man, I gotta get out here and get it, you could do the exact same thing. You can have the exact same energy that you had for the block for yourself. The difference between customs finding 100,000 pencils versus 100,000 kilos is one person is going to jail and the other person is going to get clear. And that's just where it's at. And I know a lot of people going to frown on me and say, hey man, like, what are you doing, this and the third? Man, listen man, I'm trying to save my people. I don't care about how y'all feel about me no more. I spent too much of my life destroying my people. I spent too much of my life being part of the machine that destroyed my neighborhoods, that took the black family and destroyed it. It's all, listen, it's all about the side. And yes, I agree, it's manufactured for us to lose. That's why I'm giving people the cheat sheet. Either you will be part of the new movement or will you succumb to it. The choice is yours. The choice is yours. Either you will be part of the new development or you will be taking care of this new development. It's totally up to you. And every time I turn around, I see the opportunity to have a conversation with a young man who I see, yo, you got that grind in you, man. You got that hustle. I see the women, yo, y'all got that hustle. Y'all got that grind. Sell here. Find out where it come from. Buy it up. Source it out. Make your product packaging and everything good. Find out where the manufacturer is. Cut the middleman out. And you will be a boss. Sell bundles instead of bundles. And there's a lot of people out here with this knowledge. They just too scared to say it. They gonna keep thinking about what somebody care about them, what somebody feel about them, how somebody feel about them. That's why I'm not even showing my face. Like, that's not important, yo. My face is solidified. People know me. I don't. That part of it is gone. I don't want no credit for what I'm saying. I want it to be heard, and I don't want my face or my image to take away from my message. I don't want nobody to be able to say, he can't say that because he's such and such and such. Man, listen. Last time I checked, they don't catch corporate people till they billionaires, millionaires. They charging people for RICO and they don't even got enough money to pay a lawyer. Is that fair? You gotta catch up. And I learned this from y'all. That's why I'm speaking to y'all. It's stuff on my phone. I have to go to my son and say, how you do this? Because I'm behind. And that's the wave, as y'all young people call it. So I'm trying to give y'all the wave that y'all about to encounter. You better pick the winning side. And back in the days, the winning side might be not what the winning side is now, but it ain't back in the days. This shit is over. In 2 years, the game will own everything that the street owns, because the game has recognized that the street is an economy of itself. They realize that that's untaxed dollars that they missing out on, so they're going to legalize all of this shit. Instead of going to your bull on the block, you will be going to someone and they will have the purity that it's over, fellas. It's over. And I'm just strong enough, wise enough, I got enough heart, enough integrity, enough fortitude to say, listen, the future is now. The future ain't with us, it's with y'all. We can't do nothing about what we did when we was growing up. That shit over. It's time for the old heads and everybody to move out the way and let the new generation do what they do. And I'd rather be part of the wave than get drowned in it. So I'm telling y'all, use that same energy, that same integrity, that same fortitude, that same determination. Like, I don't care if I gotta be out here till 4 o'clock in the morning with this bundle. I'm gonna sell it. I want them Jordans. Fuck Jordans. Say that same thing and take your ass to school for 2 years, and when you 18, you take your ass to school for 2 years. When you're 24, you'll be a millionaire. And you ain't gotta play basketball or football. That's the trap. You don't have to be a rapper. That's the trap. You know how many doctors we need? You know how many lawyers we need? You know there ain't a cure for cancer? You know that one of y'all children might be possessing the brain that cures these diseases that's killing us? You don't have to have a jump shot or a mouth that can spit 100 bars. You can be the future. You can be next. This is the calling card. It's a public announcement. It's your boy Decopbo, Decopbo 1.